Welcome to Just Do It, a Dewey Brothers podcast. It is hot out there. How are you doing, Eric?
Well, it's your boy, Eric _Eric. And yeah, it's hot. It's definitely it's steamy.
It's not bad, though. It's not bad. Like in the shade, it's still bearable.
In the shade, yeah, no. That's about it, though.
So, your birthday was yesterday. How'd it go?
It was good. I got everything I could have ever hoped for.
Nice. What sort of things were those?
Some clothes.
Mm-hmm.
And some food. Food and clothes.
Primo. Yeah, clothes and dried fruit. Really the gifts from 1000 BC. They really stand the test of time.
They do. A new loincloth and then some like dried fish. It's what every caveman could hope for.
Dude, every caveman just wants those dried figs. They're so tasty.
I mean, hey, can't be complaining about anything.
Now that you're 21, how is the legal drinking, which according to MACC rules, you definitely didn't do any of before yesterday?
I've never had a sip of alcohol in my life until yesterday, in which case I had my very first beer. And I gotta say, the notes were divine. You gotta take into account like the hoppiness, and the IBU was just perfect. A very good balance. Had a good finish, but not too like overwhelming. Like the bitter notes were perfect, and definitely something that had it been my multiple, like not my first time tasting alcohol, it probably would have been lost forever.
Nice. I mean, how would you compare it? You had what, the Denial from
First Republic, yeah.
First Republic, yeah. How would you compare that to one of their other beers? Maybe their for our listeners out there, how would you compare that to like a Heady Topper, maybe, or what else do they have?
That's not theirs, Alex. Heady Topper, the staple of the Alchemist.
Yeah, obviously, or maybe a Fiddlehead, like Fiddlehead IPA. Like, how would you compare the Denial to the Fiddlehead, maybe?
Oh yeah, because those are
for our listeners, obviously.
Those are definitely both IPAs. So
right.
I'm actually a fan of the Denial. I think maybe more than the Fiddlehead.
Okay.
I feel, to me, the Fiddlehead, while being very tasty, it's just like a nice friendly beer. Like the Fiddlehead is just it's a nice standard tasty beer.
Oh, it's a great after skiing beer.
I will say that. However, there's something about the Denial where it's I think it's maybe a little less filtered, so it really brings out through those nice hops that they use. I believe it might be a Cascade.
Okay, nice. Yeah, West Coast hops.
And it really just it hits you with some bitterness at the start, so you're like, oh yeah, this is a nice strong beer, and then it ends on a very balanced, healthy note.
That's true. That's true.
I feel like it's just a quality beer all around, but there's a little more spunk in the Denial, and I'm a man who loves his spunk.
But not quite as much spunk as there is in one of those rye knot homebrews, which are always delicious.
Well, those things are crafted with the best of them. I heard our brew master, E Diggity Dog, no relation to the Pimp My Tractor boys.
Yeah,
the brew masters they know what they're doing.
Oh, they really do. And anyway, that's the news from Eric's first ever beer tasting yesterday. Just the one beer, just the Denial, and he says it's pretty good. So with that, we are going to, I think, divert into our main topic. What do you think?
I think I'm ready. I got some
hit the
questions.
Ground running.
I got some questions for this main
foot
topic.
Chase into our main topic.
Yeah, why not?
All right. Why don't you hit me up with them?
All right. So, what is this topic's favorite children's book?
Ooh, okay, that is obvious, I think. As a with the main character Nick Slaughter, this topic's favorite children's book would probably be something like I don't know, maybe what sort of good children's books revolve around the Caribbean?
Oh, if it revolves around the Caribbean, Curious George, obviously.
Curious George, yeah.
That sense of adventure that one can only find on the Caribbean Sea.
Mm-hmm.
Or
Yeah,
Caribbean,
probably
however you wanna pronounce it.
Curious George and the detention, the unlawful detention of criminals is probably this main topic's favorite.
Oh, boy.
Starring Nick Slaughter, by the way. This topic's favorite children's
All
book.
right, sounds
Yeah.
good. I'm starting to get an idea of this, but I mean, as always, where does this bad boy fall on the koala to polar bear index?
Of course, it's definitely a grizzly bear because of how popular it is in Serbia.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, this product gained a cult status in Serbia, which is pretty interesting. During the 1990s.
That's bold. That is very
Mhm.
bold. Who would have thought? So I guess that
Just like
that
the
really,
grizzly bear, by the way. The connection is that Serbians also have a cult love of the grizzly bear.
I guess I mean that really only brings me to the biggest and most important question. If this topic were to break a bone falling off of a bicycle, which
Mhm.
bone would it be?
Ooh, okay. Well, let's see. As an ex-DEA agent and private investigator, I think that Nick Slaughter would break a, obviously he's probably a rib because he's probably getting a shot, and that's how he's going to fall off the bicycle.
Oh my.
And the bulletproof vest would, break the rib. Yeah.
Okay.
So any
Sounds about
final
right.
guesses on what our main topic is?
Well, I think I need to ask one really important question.
Mm-hmm. One more
Does
final
this
question, I think, and then you're right there.
Yeah. So, does this topic have a koala in its kitchen?
I just don't think it does, unfortunately, Eric. And I know I know that you know what I'm talking about. Tropical Heat, also known as Sweating Bullets in the United States, the Canadian action series, which is our main topic, probably has no koalas in their kitchen because it was made in 1990 and aired for 3 seasons.
That's quite something to talk about.
Yeah. Well, its running time was 48 minutes, and the original network was CBS.
That's good. I'm surprised that it has a cult following in what did you say? Siberia?
No, Serbia.
Serbia.
Yeah, those Serbians really like it. The other great thing about Tropical Heat is that it was first filmed in Puerto Vallarta, Mexico, because of the tax deduction it was eligible under the North American Free Trade Agreement. But then season 2 was filmed in Elliot, Israel, because the NAFTA thing ran out. And then after that, they filmed the rest in Pretoria, South Africa.
Wow. So it ran for 3 seasons, jumping to very different places each time.
From 91 to 93, yeah.
That is
there was 9
impressive.
episodes, then 21, and then 36.
That's pretty good.
Yep.
I mean, 3 seasons is all right, but it's got nothing on my favorite daytime soaps that have been on for 60 years and still keep it interesting.
That's true. But everyone knows a Serbian loves a good private investigator and ex-DEA agent.
It's only fitting. I mean, you gotta love it.
Uh-huh.
Good old American television.
All right. Well, now that our main topic's out of the way, now we can escape the tropical heat and go inside to an air-conditioned studio like Mom's office. You want to bust out some sweet rhymes in our original segment here?
Well, I think we gotta inform our viewers about this the terrible turn events. Normally, this is a even numbered episode.
That's
so
true.
They'd be expecting a correspondent to fill them in on the happenings of the world right about now.
That's true. We'd be reaching out. We tried to reach out to some of our correspondents, but unfortunately, they were all mauled by, again, this week's Bear of the Week, the grizzly bear.
It was unfortunate. We had Maxwell Story down in the boondies of Connecticut, and he was mauled by a bear, and let's just say he's feeling the heat.
Absolutely.
The what kind of heat?
It was a
again?
tragic accident. Oh, the tropical heat.
Yeah, he was feeling the tropical heat of a
grizzly bear attack.
Connecticut grizzly.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
So
absolutely
I guess
horrible. Horrendous.
I guess anyone in the Connecticut
Bears
area
still at large.
Watch out for an increase of bear ferocity. They're
That's
everywhere.
right. There is a ferocious, out of control bear whose name I believe it's just coming in here is Randy. So watch out for Randy, the Connecticut grizzly bear. He is loose and ready for a mauling.
Those dang Grizzlies. Yeah, I think it's only time with that terrible news to move into everyone's favorite original pieces.
Oh, okay, let's do this. What are we planning, Eric, for our original work this week?
So we heard some feedback, and it was that the duets are the way to go.
Okay.
I mean, you should let our viewers know on what genre we decided.
For the genre this week, I think what did we decide on? Was it it was some sort of rap, right? It was
it's unconventional rap.
Unconventional rap.
It's, let's see, something along the lines of a Lonely Island.
I believe Little Dicky once described it as that funny type rap.
And of course, we're gonna try and throw in a nice, healthy message just for that MACC.
That's right, Eric. What message do you want to drop to the childrens this week?
Oh, it's gonna be something very important and near and dear to our hearts, and it has to do about berry eating.
Alrighty.
I got the beat coming.
Let's do it. Just do it. JDI.
JDI boys. So I was walking down the street and I found a nice berry patch. Berry patch.
Oh yeah, the berries, they were so high and the brambles so prickly. Didn't know what to do, so I just jumped right in.
And then I was eating and screaming and loving all the berries. Oh my goodness, these berries are the sweetest.
Oh man, I couldn't tell if it was blood or raspberries. The cuts in the juice, it was getting everywhere.
I just felt like a crazy serial killer when all of these little berries were dying underneath me.
That's right, I kill Frosted Flakes for a living. Get out the milk, Mom, that's a part of a balanced breakfast.
You know it. I got my bowl of Frosted Flakes, and you know I'm not gonna step on a rake, cause that'd be unhealthy.
None of this freeze-dried garbage, Mom. I want fresh berries from the berry patch, so I'm heading out to pick them.
You know every good breakfast has got your Frosted Flakes and your berries. Berries.
We got raspberries, blueberries, blackberries. Got all the berries in a mixed berry salad.
You know we don't even bother going to the store. We got each and every berry and more. It's all in the backyard. Ain't no deal. Everybody knows it's part of a healthy meal.
Oh yeah, first we hit the red berries, then we hit the black. Then we go all the way to the very back. We're picking blueberries, peaches, whatever other fruit. We got them all for our cereal. The point is mute.
Everybody know I'm a berry man from get-go. I know you, right, Alex, bro?
Oh yeah, and one more thing. Can't let it hang here. Everybody, if you're diabetic, make sure you grab your insulin too.
Berries.
Eat responsibly.
That was terrible.
That was fantastic. That was so good.
We were all over the place.
I think we had it. I think we told a cohesive story.
So remember, little kids and little tykes out there, when your mama hands you that sugary bowl of cereal, be like, Jama Mama, I'm putting some berries on it.
Mm-hmm. You don't even need, the cereal doesn't even need to be that sugary. As a matter of fact, the Just Do It brothers would like to retroactively say that just normal cornflakes are fine because the berries provide so much sugar and we don't want to overload your healthy breakfast meal.
Yeah, I mean, a nice brand type cereal is what all the kids need to get big and strong. That's why I only eat exclusively super high sugar with your cereals, because I'm already big and strong.
Oh, see, Eric, I eat turbo bran flakes with extra bran so that I am just fibered to the max. It's all about fiber.
Well, I gotta let you know on something. So typically I would I would always be having such a bran heavy breakfast.
Mhm.
But unfortunately, my koala is not doing too well, and my poor little koala, he's just not eating as much as he used to. He's starting to get a little sick. So I've been having to substitute my bran for eucalyptus leaves because the eucalyptus is growing everywhere in my kitchen.
Yeah, well, of course, if your eucalyptus plant's getting too big, then you got to make more eucalyptus salads. And if that's not the case, I mean, I guess cereal is basically a breakfast salad.
I mean, hey, that's the truth.
With milk as the dressing. Any of you who disagree, hit up the comments down below.
And obviously you can't because cereal is a salad.
Definitely a salad.
I think it's time to segue. I think it's time to hop on our nice little motorized standing vehicles and drive all the way up to the place where the little questions blossom.
Well, I'm going to take a little detour over to the berry patch and get some fresh picked berries. And then I'm going to head over I'm going to meet you at questions in the internet. Do you got a good one for us off the top?
Yeah, I got one right here. This is from the user 42069POGGERS. And
all right.
It is, what is the worst thing you can say after being charged with murder?
The worst thing you can say after being charged with murder. High score comes to mind.
Oh, that's pretty bad. I was gonna say.
Wait, hold up. You know what's better than high score?
What?
Nothing but net, baby.
That's a good one. I was thinking something along the lines of, "Oh boy, time to mail this to the police station."
Well, I mean, if you had done that in the first place, I don't think you would have gotten caught.
That's true. So I guess I should have mailed this to the police.
I should have mailed this to the police station because that ruins the rest of us, right?
Exactly.
Us and our berry-stained hands. You got all that berry sauce on your hands, right? And the cops are like staring you down. Don't rat out the rest of us. You just mailed the body off to the police station.
I mean, it's true.
Oh,
let's see.
ridiculous.
What else? I mean, this is a possible. There's so many things you could have. You could happen, but you got to take into account this is when you get charged.
I mean, it'd be a real problem if you were charged for one murder and then over the PA came the announcement, double kill, because that it would give it away.
That would be unfortunate.
That would be unfortunate. It's one of those times you want to mute the in-game announcements, I think.
So I guess if you said, "Oh, thank goodness it's only one," would not be a good thing to say.
It'd be kind of unfortunate. Does this mean the second guy I killed doesn't count?
Yeah.
Or so I got away with one of them, right, lawyer? That's probably the wrong thing to say.
I guess it wouldn't be good if you were like, "Oh, thank goodness he was only an astronomer. I thought I had something against astronauts."
I hear that. Well, you know what's going on, right, Eric? Some guy's killing astronomers.
I've heard. I think it's because of The Secret.
It's because of The Secret. So if you're an astronomer, make sure you don't go anywhere near a road, or you are probably going to be run over, driven down by a madman.
There might be a fenda-benda.
Some guy might get into a fenda-benda and might take you out. So watch out.
And you'll have to call up Julius. Okay, so for everyone who didn't understand that reference, well, don't worry about it.
Don't worry about it. Okay, well, I got another question for you. You ready?
I want to hear it.
So this is from user The Wonder Swan, with an O for wonder, obviously, because the Wonder Swan that you've taken already. What's the most annoying packaging?
The most annoying packaging?
Yeah.
I'd say one that doesn't have a package at all.
I mean, I like that. Honestly, I think that stuff's pretty good.
Well, I don't know. I don't like it when my delicate antique vase arrives with no package around it, and it's just in pieces.
I mean, then how did it even get there in the first place, right? Like, it has to be some sort of poor packaging. See, you know what really drives me up the wall?
What?
Because like, if I'm buying zucchinis, like, they don't need to be packaged. I have arms.
That's true.
Now, if I didn't have arms, that would be a different story. Maybe no packaging would be my least favorite. But my least favorite is, those clamshell packages, Eric?
Oh, I know them.
like the clamshell plastic. Well, the actual clamshells, those are the ones. I hate those packages.
Oh my gosh, when it's
You
just
got to
that
get
hard calcite deposit,
exactly
mineral that's hardened
those hard
into
mineral
a
deposits, and
shell.
you need in order to get into any of the things you buy online these days, or from from the electronics department, you have to get out your shucking knife and get
I
it in there
know.
and twist, and it's so annoying. And you get the
It's
little
terrible
fragments and
because I mean, I know I am not a professional shucker like some.
exactly. I
So
can't afford to hire a professional shucker every time I need to open up a thumb drive,
it's tough. It's very tough. I
And there's
mean,
no
that
way you can't smash your way in. It's ridiculous. They're very very tight packaging.
oh yeah, and if you tried to smash it, half the times you would smash too hard and smash what you're trying to what's in
Hmm
the clam.
I think it's responsible for loads of product loss.
That's fair. That's fair. I know one thing that's very irritating is when companies are trying to cut down on their plastics use,
Hmm
and instead of the styrofoam packing peanuts they
Yep.
use, they just fill it with sand.
Oh, I mean, it's coarse and it's irritating. It gets everywhere.
It's just so
And
coarse and irritating.
if you want to buy a more eco-friendly koala for your kitchen these days, Eric,
Uh-huh.
they always package them in sand in some reason, and I don't
Oh,
know why.
and that's the worst thing for koalas. Little known
I
fact,
know.
you heard it
They
here
say
first. But koalas get terrifyingly enraged with sand and actually begin to metamorphosize into drop bears,
oh, that's the worst.
like the
The other thing
legendary
is,
Australian killer, the drop bear.
well, I mean, hundreds of people die due to drop bears every day. And the Wonder Woman probably already knows. The Wonder Swan probably already knows that,
Hmm.
but it's common knowledge. But what I always find irritating is they say the sand is like super absorbent for your koalas and transport, but I never find it is. I just find that it irritates my poor koala, and then it can't perform its job as well. You get one of those
No, no,
eco-friendly koalas,
it's
and
just upset and it doesn't really want to, eat the eucalyptus. It's like,
mm,
ew, I mean, I'm covered in sand.
I know, and you got to wash it all off, and
Oh
then you're
my
like
god,
wasting more water, and it's
and
it's a whole thing.
you know how koalas are in the water.
Yeah.
They're.
Oh, koalas hate the
But
water.
yeah, so really, just packing processes need to be more old fashioned.
Hmm
None of this newfangled environmentally conscious things like clams and sand.
Go back to burlap sacks and straw. That's what I always say.
That I have heard you say that.
Terribly wasteful, but that's how they did it back in the day.
You bet. All right.
I remember getting my Game Boy in a burlap sack filled with straw.
Really? I got mine covered in sugar because that was the second best option.
It was.
Because
So
sugar
both
just
horribly terrible for the environment.
I was gonna
I mean,
say
we just
sugar
throw the straw out into the yard. It was horrible.
terrible. But
What'd you do with the
sugar is
sugar?
just like sand, except it's not as coarse or as irritating.
It's a lot stickier and a lot worse for the planet.
But it tastes delicious and was finger licking good.
That's true. It doesn't even degrade like sand does. It's ridiculous. Anyway, I think the Wonder Swan, we've pretty much answered your question. It's real clamshells and sand. Those are the worst packaging.
Which is
these
not
days.
it. All right. I think it's time to skip, dip, dibbly, dop, doop, bop, beat up, bop, bop, ba. Oh, you thought I was a scat artist, and I am on the inside, but no, that's just me transitioning all the way over to the scene that is professional bull racing and marble riding.
All right, what's going on in the bull racing league?
We got not much. It's just the same old, because everybody loves bull racing, especially the bulls. So this week we got the bulls are getting even feistier out here. I think they've caught on to the other bulls have finally been made aware of air support's chilling death. So they are all fierce and riled up out there. I mean,
how is I'm Legit 2 doing?
He's especially fierce. His buck off rate is through the roof. I mean, I think he really took air support's death to heart because there's just his eyes are glossed over and he's in a fit of rage every day and he has a weird smell. His nostrils are all sort of flared up with some sort of substance. And he pees roughly like 24 times a day. And there's just something in that bull that's making him
It
go
sounds
wild.
normal to me, man.
It sounds to me like it's obviously just his rage over the death
Yeah.
of his friend.
Probably it.
No performance enhancing drugs there.
Nope, I don't think peyote is a performance-enhancing drug. I think we're fine.
Oh dear. But yeah, no, they're kicking it. They're riding the bulls with the best of
Good.
them.
All right, well, let's hop over into marble riding. Now, first off, we had a double week, 2 events this week, and the first event was Newton's Cradle, where you have, it's a 2-person event, right? You come down, you hit the Newton's Cradle, and you launch your other marble as far down the track as you can go. And the event started off hot with Team Galactic really like pushing what it meant to conserve energy, right? It would inelastic collisions. And as the day wore on, I thought to myself, all right, we're doing all right here. We're doing all right. And the Raspberry Racers, they put down a 105.10, which was just behind the 106.55 of Team Galactic, centimeters down up the ramp.
Oh yeah.
And with 2 marbles left to go, who but Tangerine and Clementine of the O Rangers, really some sort of weird, they busted out and got first. 25 big points.
I mean,
crushed
come on. Those marbles know how to race.
Oh, they're heavy marbles. I think they have some sort of lead inserts or something to really give them more energy, but hard to tell if that's true or not.
I mean, I'm just going to say that it's natural talent. It's the only reasonable explanation.
And so with those 2 gold medals, the O Rangers are in first place. The Raspberry Racers are in 4th. That was after Newton's Cradle. Ooh, and then we hit an event that most people, I think is a bad event and that they should take it out of the Marble League.
What event could that be?
The long jump. And the reason it's a terrible event is because the Balls of Chaos got 2nd place.
That makes 0 sense.
I mean, well, the Savage Speeders, they did pretty good. They pulled in a 4th, and they pulled in Balls of Chaos got 2nd place, so I know that one weatherman will be really happy about that. But it's a bad event because the Raspberry Racers got 15th, the Rangers got 12th. And obviously no one wants to see events like that. It turns out that flying does not suit those extra heavy O-Rangers with their lead dust.
They're speedsters. They are speedsters. They weren't born to fly, like I said.
Yeah, they're not very aerodynamic. The orange dimples, the dimple pattern that their trainer put on them this week wasn't great.
That's what I call natural talent. No, nothing else additional. It's just all natural talent. It's for going fast, not for flying.
So that was unfortunate, and that really messed up the standings because no one likes to see the long jump. It's an event that really probably just goes without saying is absolutely terrible. The O Rangers are still in 2nd though in the overall standings, and the Raspberry Racers are in 5th. Let's check in on the Balls of Chaos, which have actually gone up a couple places to 4th because of their 2nd place finish.
Yeah, I mean those balls, they are chaotically flying through the air.
That's right, and there's nothing like a minty maniac. Who knows why they're so minty fresh, and we'll see if the O Rangers can catch back up to them. The Raspberry Racers are, of course, 30 points out of the lead, but they're still, they're trailing. They're trying their best.
They're somehow still in the running.
Yeah.
It's a long
season. That's event 5. We still have 11 to go, so it's a long season for the marbles, and we'll see how those extra heavy, extra fast O Rangers manage.
Oh yeah, you bet. Well, I think that's all the news that we got in the sports world.
I think so too.
At least the sports world that any normal human being cares about.
Yeah, I mean, these are all the important sports.
So I think with that, it's time to thank our wonderful sponsors.
Is it time to thank our sponsors? All right, I'll let you go first.
We would like to thank Randy the Grizzly Bear, now at your local Boondies of Connecticut. He's already done the world a favor by mauling Randy.
I'd like to thank Clamshells. They make a great packaging for all of your electronics, and they are made of calcite. clamshells.
I would like to thank the Greater Vermont Superior Court, where things you say after the testimony are not held against you.
Ooh, nice. I'd like to thank the sand. I would like to thank sand for being a terrible, terrible way to send a koala to someone that needs one.
And as always, our wonderful supporter, Homegrown Hops. For your extra wonderful drinking needs, try a nice breathy, wonderful, aired out, dried, tasty hop grown right in the backyard.
And finally, I'd like to thank the birthday boy and his premium deduction of beer flavors and well-aged palate.
Well, let's just say, like those O-Rangers, I am a natural at this for being able to deduce so many flavors out of my very first alcohol.
Perfect. And we better do one more late shout out to the birthday cousin, Katrina. Happy belated birthday if you get around to listening to our podcast. But, figured.
My money's on no.
I mean, it's a good podcast. Maybe if we email it to her, she'll listen.
Maybe just this clip. Maybe just the soundbite.
Just this soundbite? All right, perfect. With that, thanks for tuning in to Just Do It, an Eric and Alex podcast. Make sure that those Little League fields are ready for fall ball, which won't happen, but it's better safe than sorry.
And your cardboard boxes are nice and pristine and creased at all the corners.
Especially the new refrigerator box. And when you're out hiking, make sure that those water sources are extra tasty because filtering is for lazy people. And with that, I'm Alex.
I'm Eric.
And for the love of God, man,
just send it. We done. It's sip time. Another turn straight to the vein. Craig, you in?
Hold on, I gotta get Craig out of here. Craig, leave.